Hello students, welcome to our second week of class. So last week we learned a little bit more about what we study. When we study environmental science, we learned a little bit about some of the problems that the planet is facing, mostly due to human activities, all kinds of different human activities, how we're impacting the natural world. Then in the second chapter that I had assigned, we actually took a look at what a ecosystem is, right? So this is sort of our way of describing how nature works without humans. Before humans get involved, what does a natural system look like? So you learned all about ecosystems and how energy and materials move through those ecosystems. You learned about how species interact with each other. So the idea here was to get an understanding of how the system works naturally, right? We're going to continue that discussion of natural systems in our week 2. And in week 2, we're going to be talking about populations, and we're going to look at two different things actually for populations. The first is how a natural population grows and changes and responds to its environment. So we're going to call this population dynamics, if you want to think of it that way. And there's different models of growth that we'll be examining this week. Then we're also going to talk about humans and human populations, because our population doesn't exactly fit the way that other populations do. So there are some exceptions to how human populations have grown, especially over the last, let's call it 200 years or so. So we're going to learn about both of those topics collectively this week. So just like you had before, I have some readings that I've assigned to you. I have lecture video. I have some lecture notes for you to take. And then we have our assignments, right? So our assignments are going to be making sure you are posting to the discussion board. And with the discussion board, and I probably failed to mention this last week, and because of that I apologize, so I'm not going to hold anyone responsible for my mistake. So the way that I like to run discussions is I like you to post initially to the board on Thursday and then reply to another student by Sunday. I like to do this so that people have time to read the different posts that are on the board, and then they can figure out which one that they want to reply to. So if you're waiting until Sunday at 11 o'clock and no one in your group has posted anything yet, it's really hard for you to complete this assignment. So again, that's why I have 2 posting deadlines. Your initial post to the board should be done on Thursday of this week, and your reply post should be done on Sunday. And again, it's my fault. I forgot to point that out to you. It is in the syllabus, but I forgot to specifically mention it when I was talking about discussions. So we'll count everybody as just fine this last week, but please make sure for next week that you're, for this week that you're prepared for that. And then you have the quiz. You have an assignment this week, just like last week. Last week it was going outside and doing a little ecosystem scavenger hunt. I hope you enjoyed that. I always think that's a fun one, just because you get outside and kind of look around your own environment and see what's there and kind of analyze it through a slightly different lens. So, and I also like to see all the pictures everybody gets. So that'll be fun as I grade those this week. This one that we're doing this week is just it's called a demography activity. Demography is just looking at demographics and how demographics change and recording those changes. So it is very interesting still, but it's using sort of a computer simulation of population that you're going to use. And then we have our assignments. Slightly new one is signing up to be a discussion leader. So in week 1 and week 2, I led discussion and I gave you talking points. But I'm not going to give you talking points anymore. I want you to actually have discussions with each other about things that are interesting to you. So starting in week 3, you are going to sign up to be a discussion leader. And all you have to do, and there'll be instructions on how to create your forums, and I have a video that describes everything. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to look for an article that has to do with the week's topic, and you're going to share that article. And you're going to post 2 paragraphs in addition to the link to the article. I want you to use 2 paragraphs. One paragraph summarizes the article for everyone. Okay, so again, 4 to 6 sentences. And the second paragraph is why you chose it. So what was interesting about this? What stuck out to you? Why do you find this to be something that you want to share with other students? Okay, so that's kind of the idea. So under the description here, I have examples of an article post, I have an example of a response to an article post, so I'm giving you information about sort of how you can sort of look at examples on what to do, kind of best practices if you want to think of it that way. If you click on this sheet, please keep in mind that, remember, you are one of 3 different learning teams. You're either team 1, team 2, or team 3. Those are your discussion groups. I call them learning teams just because I like to be different. Please look and check to see what your team is, and you're going to need to sign up under your team's sheet. So learning team 1 is here. Here's team 2. Here's team 3. It's all the same thing, but it's specific to your group. Remember, you are grouped in a group of 8. So there are 8 people in your discussion group. And I only have 8 weeks here for discussion. So one person can sign up under all of these. Actually, do I have more than that? I do. I have 9. Okay, fine. I have 9 weeks. That's great. I'm not sure why I have 9 weeks. Yeah, it's fine. So in any case, pick a topic that sounds interesting to you. Only one person per topic, please. Okay, we're not doing multiples. One person per topic. So only one person can pick something here. So take a look at these topics. Write your name down next to the one that you find to be most interesting. And that's the week that you get to lead discussion. All right. And again, please make sure you are signing up under the right week. If you sign up under the wrong week, I'm going to take your name and delete it. And I'm going to send you an email that said you didn't sign up under the right week. Please sign up again. And someone might have already taken the topic that you want to take, so you'll have to pick something else. So I will remove your name, though, if you're not under the right topic, and email you and let you know. If I can place you in the same topic, I will, and I'll just copy and paste. But if someone else already has that topic, you'll have to pick something else. Okay, so again, by the end of the week, please make sure that you are also doing this. So hold on just a second, because I am, here we go. All right. So that's really the only thing that's new this week is signing up to be discussion leader. As a reminder, make sure that you are, the quiz. I wanted to remind you all of the quiz. So the quiz that you guys can take, these module 2 quiz 2s, you can take them multiple times. I give you up to 3 chances to earn your highest grade. So you might as well keep trying until you get all the questions right? Don't leave points on the table if you don't have to. So that's a common thing that I see. Someone will just take it and they're like, good enough, and they don't get those points back. But then the end of the semester comes around and they're short points for something, and they're like, oh, but I only need this many points. And I was like, well, why didn't you take the quizzes a couple more times? You could have gotten all those points back if you had done that. So if you can plan that into your time that you're allotting to this course, I think it's useful and valuable, because not only do you make sure that you understand the content as we prepare for the exams in a few weeks, but also because you're getting those points back, and who doesn't want extra points? So I think that just about does it for this week. Again, you'll hear from me on Wednesday when I send that midweek reminder. And then also, of course, on Sunday, just to remind you of what's due and what's coming up. As the week goes on, feel free to ask me any questions. That's exactly what I'm here for, right? I'm here to answer your questions. If it's a question that I think everybody needs to know the answer to, I will talk about it in my video, or I will put it in my my midweek or end of week announcements or emails. I'll say, hey, someone had a really good question about X. Let's talk about X. So sometimes a question you might have, 5 other people might also have, but they didn't think to ask it. So, or maybe they were just, didn't want to, or in any case, speak up, right? Send me an email. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all might have. Also, something that is coming, not this week, but starting next week, I will be having virtual office hours on Tuesdays. I've always had online office hours, but due to a new agreement with the college, how we handle online office hours is going to be slightly different now. So there will be a link posted under the syllabus. No, where am I going to put it? I'll put it under the syllabus and schedule link, because that's technically where my office hours are listed. It's also under faculty information, so maybe I'll put it both places. But there will be a link to my WebEx room that you can click on Tuesdays between 10:30 and 12:30. If you click on that link, you can join my office hours and ask me questions through this virtual sort of chat room idea. And that's going to start the week of October the 3rd. So if you would like to ask me questions while we can talk to each other sort of face to face through the cameras, then you're more than welcome to do that too, because I will just be probably sitting there doing my grading, waiting for students to stop by my virtual chat room. So I just wanted to notify you that that's a change to things the way previously were done. We now have, again, these open sort of chat rooms that students can pop in during specific hours. And for me on Tuesdays, it's going to be 10:30 to 12:30. If I do ever make changes to that schedule, I will post it on Blackboard. It will say, for this day, virtual office hours will be a slightly different time. So I may adjust that as needed. But I just wanted to update you all with that change because that is something different. All right. I think really I'm done talking now. I have to run off to my Monday morning class. If you all have questions, please let me know, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks.